Good day, guys. Hope you guys are well. So, today I just actually came back from church, right? So, the interesting thing is that we had a bit of a talk, and throughout the talk, something just really hit my mind. And the brother was actually making an address, referred to the scriptures as seen in Luke 21, the book of Luke 21. And in verse 20, I'm going to read it out to you. And also, just by seeing the title of this video, you will know about if you're on my Patreon, please make sure you get onto my Patreon. I drop a lot of the things that are quite personable into my life over there. So I would appreciate it if you would just subscribe and just become a Patreon, really, and just keep supporting the ministry and my mission here and what I keep on doing, especially that I'm just trying to give guidance to young children, young people alike, and those who think like youngsters alike as well. So this has nothing to do with age, really, just because I do say that I'm in the domain of youth ministry. So because I'm a little bit of an unorthodox person personally, and I'm just trying to live as I can, best as I can on the straight and narrow, and going through the narrow gate, as Jesus taught. So because broad is the path to all destruction. So I'm just trying my best to do that. And yeah, in this world where there's so many rules, so many laws, and so many things, it's like, who do you turn to for guidance? And all I'm saying is that, Lord, thank you for sending Jesus through, because it is quite hard, and knowing what to do, when to do it, and just try and guide me in every single step. And that's how I just try to live my life. And so, yes, if you subscribe to my Patreon, you'll see that I have a particular thing about the rabbi and the lion of Judah. So check out that video. It'll give you some grander context as to what I'm saying here. And yeah, I'm not saying that this particular message was a normal prophecy that I was sure about as a revelation straight from God or straight from Spirit. Yes, those others were prior to this. This is just me filtering in because I'm seeing things unfold, and now I'm thinking, wait a minute, are we at another critical time in history where the biblical things? Because if you know something about the Jewish and the Hebrews, and you know that the Bible, if you consider that it's mainly the book of the Israel, and that's why the referrals of the God of Israel and the name where it will say Jehovah or Jah or whatever. I'm not too sure. Well, the thing is, in Hebrew, from what I know, is that there is no letter J. So if it's Jehovah, yeah, Jehovah or Yah, I'm not too sure about that. So please forgive me for that. I'm not quite a linguistic in that aspect. But in fact, I'm actually quite terrible in all round. Not terrible, terrible, but more average in the all round sense of my linguistics and all that. But and some people just love taking pride in the fact that they are specialists in specific languages, and I'm the kind of person, I would rather be average in a number of different languages, just as long as I can actually reach a spiritual connection where we can understand each other. That's how I operate from. But anyway, I'll just want to leave that as a disclaimer. But let me get to the Bible verse, and this is what I want to say, and I will explain now. So, like I was saying, it was Luke 20, verse 20. Sorry, Luke 21, verse 20. So this is what it reads, and you guys must just hear this out. When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then you will know that it will soon be destroyed. Then those who are in Judea must run away to the hills. Those who are in the city must leave, and those who are out in the country must not go into the city. For those will be the days of punishment to make all that the scriptures say come true. How terrible it will be in those days for women who are pregnant and for mothers with little babies. Terrible distress will come upon this land, and God's punishment will fall on these people. Wow. So I just went on further, from Luke 20 to 23. And I will further go on Luke 24 and say, some will be killed by the sword, and others will be taken as prisoners to all countries, and the heathen will trample over Jerusalem until their time is up. So, yeah, now, not to be very dramatic, and like I said, this is just some startling things that I've just seen regarding what is happening currently in the world. Like you've seen, I've put out these prophecies on Donald Trump and what has happened, particularly in the U.S. situation, and him being Donald Trump being a friend of Israel. As you know, that that Jerusalem and Israel were really well protected by the U.S. Army, and now since Biden's taken over, we've seen that he's aligned more with Iran, and there was bombing in Syria quite recently, and now the place of Jerusalem in itself and Israel in itself is now surrounded by all these wars, and it seems like, okay, is there some sort of penetration, or are there now armies surrounding Israel, and what is going to unfold really? So you can look this up. I mean, this just go into the Bible verse, and also just make sure you check out my other video. I don't want to give out too much because it was about a lion, and I was saying to you that this lion had a dual meaning, and if you checked out my video, so I'm putting things together, and it's looking like it's unfolding right in front of us. We are living in very, very weird times, like and if you know how the Jewish calendar is, it's quite cyclical. So is this like a reperpetuation of history or things that happened during the biblical times, and is this era in itself also going to be remembered as quite biblical? Who knows? Let's see, and I can only, this is where I'm just saying this is not exactly a prophecy. This is just me, an opinion piece, and I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know how this is going to unfold at this point, but I can only speak on the truth and what I've already seen and what I've already said. But this is me just saying this is a little precarious, and understanding that prophecy can also be the word I was looking for again, can be conditional. So I don't know. I think there's certain things that you must need to be careful of, especially particularly that we're in the middle of a pandemic and all of this. And yes, the people are controlled, and we are on one side. Like he's just saying that some are scattered, some are not to be, or are over on one end. And meanwhile, the governments have taken full control, and they can assemble all the armies wherever they want, while we're sitting here and just waiting, and basically being made sitting ducks, quite literally. Okay, not literally, but yeah, you get what I mean. But yes, let's see what happens. Let's see what unfolds, people. Those words, I just had to read you that. It's just hit me in other ways. So yes, I'll be back. Much love. Peace out.